Hello. Hello.
Yeah, I can.
All right. Then I'm sharing my screen and let me know once you're able to see my screen. Okay.
Mm.
Can you see now?
Yeah, I can.
So, we discussed on grant revoke and what is transactional control language commands. That is commit and rollback, right? So in SQL Server, commit is the default command. If you are not writing anything under begin transaction or something, then commit will, where is my open file? Okay. Then commit is going to inconsistent line. Okay. Commit is going to write. By default, it is a commit one. You don't have to explicitly mention. But when it is a rollback, what will happen? And grant and revoke are to, grant permissions to a set of people and then revoke the permissions that we had seen. Grant and revoke also. Along with that, it is a committed, this is grant revoke, committed rollback or the transactional control language commands. Okay. Right, Andy. So we wanted to check in basically the TCL commands in Oracle, right? Oracle will behave it in a different manner. Like by default, Oracle will have what we call a rollback as the default one, meaning it is not going to write down anything onto the database until we explicitly mention it as a commit command. Okay, Andy? Am I clear?
Okay.
So let's see.
Yeah.
This is the SQL Plus that I have installed Oracle, and SQL Developer is the one, the suite that got it installed on Oracle. So there are different, as we have master model, temp and MSDB, we do have 1, 2, 3, 4 different databases in Oracle, similar to, this one. There are two ways that we can connect to Oracle. One is like, SQL Plus, which we used to do it a long back in 90s and all. This is your classic Oracle that you are connecting, the command driven one. Okay, where you can provide username, password, username as Scott, and password is Tiger small one. Okay. And yesterday we discussed about information underscore schema dot tables as well as information underscore schema dot columns, right? Those are the metadata ones. So similarly, if you want to see, so what are all the tables that are available in SQL Server, if you would like to see, then it is nothing but information underscore schema dot tables. That's what we had seen yesterday. Okay. When you are doing a select start from information underscore schema dot tables, it is going to display all the tables. And if you know one particular table name, you can just delete it. Similar to that, in Oracle, it is a select star from tab. Okay, you can just do a select star from tab. Tab is the metadata. Okay. In Teradata, it is dbcd tables and dbcd columns. So what are all the tables that are there? It is going to display under this database, Scott Tiger. Okay. This is one way. This is not a graphical user interface that you can just, log into Oracle. And this is kind of SQL Developer is a kind of what we call, if you see like, for MySQL code is kind of thing. So SQL Developer, Oracle SQL Developer version is a kind of graphical user interface that provides the IntelliSense and all this stuff, highlighting the keywords, all this, right? And giving the results in tabular format and all. This is kind of front-end interface only. But at the back end, it is going to fetch the data from the tables only. Okay. So here it is the spot that I'm just getting connected. The password is Tiger. Okay, this password got expired and my account was locked yesterday and it became late night for me yesterday to resolve it basically. I thought of
Okay. Thank you.
getting it resolved like 1 month that it happened. So thought of getting it resolved on my own, but then I realized it is, I mean, like some any desk or something I have installed to connect that installation guy. But this person is there. Okay, even you can get it installed using AnyDesk, and if you want, like I can give you one number. Whoever has installed, he's saying it's 350 only. He charges.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Just ask
సో
for
వాళ్ళు ఆర్కిల్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తారా అండి?
వాళ్ళు ఆర్కిల్ అవి ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తారు. They installed on my machine basically. Now they are saying they
Okay.
started online itself. So AnyDesk, through AnyDesk they can, you want, you can just get in touch with this guy.
ఓ
Right?
అవునా? ఓకే.
But I don't know. It's a service. They were saying like 350, but how much do they charge for installations? I'm not sure. But you can get it installed Informatica, Arkel, at least, you know. So SQL also they installed, but at least Informatica and Arkel, if you get it installed, that would be easy.
యా షూర్.
So similar to this, select start from tab, what are all the tables, the cluster type, table name and all. It just, you know, displayed what are all the tables under the Scott and Tiger also. Okay. You can just give, this is the metadata in Arkel where the name like
ట్యాబ్ అంటే ఏంటండి?
ఏంటండి
కాలమ్ ట్యాబ్ అంటే సెలెక్ట్ స్టార్ ఫ్రమ్ ట్యాబ్ అన్నారు కదా?
it's similar to information underscore schema dot columns, tables, it is tab in Arkel అండి.
ఓకే.
Is it invalid statement? It
లైక్
like
టేబుల్.
let's start with T name. This is T name, right? Column name is table name. It's T name.
టేబుల్ నేమ్ ఇస్ టీమ్. ఓకే.
Okay. So it is going to display the table similarly, the columns and all if you want to get it. Okay, now in Arkel, what I would like to show you quickly is the begin and commit transactions, how it works basically. So we do have a create table script, right? We have created src stud, which is not there in Arkel, and we will insert a couple of statements and we'll see how is it behaving basically. Okay, let me open the insert create script. Do I have? Because I need to jump out the data types today. I've thought of committing it. Commit rollback, inserting to, okay. Let me create this otherwise. Here also I have just mentioned somewhere. Let me create what on the tables otherwise. What is that? src underscore stud. Okay, in Arkel there will be a definition would be a little different, but however, let's see that. I will create script also, right? What are the table names in create scripts? Let's go ahead and actually generate create scripts and okay. I can't find the table create script over here. So how do you generate in this one? Going to create a, what are all the table that is there? If you are just selecting, that creates a create script also. Create table name. Okay. You don't have to give on primary or something. All these set commands we don't need to give. These are by default, these are good to create, but here the schema name is not definitely DBO. It is the schema name is a Scott. Okay. So I'm going to create int nvarchar date and decimal. Okay, let me create it and we'll see how it works. Invalid table name. Create table name. Minute, I have some insert scripts. Let me check that. One second. Okay. Hello.
హలో యా చెప్పండి.
Okay, create table name. We are going to create the table name src underscore start. I'm just writing in this format only, because the syntax should be, this is the RKL format. Okay, can you hear me, Andy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Just checking
src
this.
underscore start. And I'm just giving the names and all. What is that? Serial number. Int, there is no int basically. So instead of int, it should be number. In RKL, it should be number, the data type is. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
The data type is number. There is no int format over here. So whatever it is there, number. And number also, what is the size of the number? We need to specify it in RKL. Okay, if it is 5 digits or something like that. And there is another one, student name. Student name, we can specify it as varchar only. An RKL, instead of nvarchar, there is no nvarchar type. Here it will be calling it as a varchar2. Varchar2. Varchar2 is kind of more advanced, like, I'll let you know what is the difference. It is something like nvarchar. What is the difference between the varchar or nchar and varchar? I'll let you know. Varchar of 10 and state subject DOJ CGPA, right? Subject. In Oracle, there is no separate subject. Varchar2 of 10. There is no separate what we call real and decimal values. Okay, so everything should be defined as a number only. If it is a precision, then we are actually maintaining the precision, meaning this is the defined. This is what is decimal value. Okay, so subject name, subject DOJ as date. This is DOJ as date. And this is CGPA, which is decimal. Again, I'm saying it is a CGPA as decimal in the sense like, number 15,2, meaning the total length of the digits is 15. Out of that, 2 digits should be decimal. So you can enter until 13 digits character. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Then it is the table. Let me create the table now, a student table, and we'll start inserting the values. Okay. STUD. Just give me a minute and I just got a call. I'll have to attend that.
Yeah, sure.
Just 1 minute. I'm going to create this script and we'll see. When you are executing, select the appropriate. Every time we did not save the password. If you are going to save the password, it will not ask you every time. Password entered is incorrect. Invalid username password. Why so? Give me a minute, let me log in for SQL Plus. Oh, it is caps. My bad. Like that, yeah. The caps is on.
Okay.
Okay. Now, where was it? Did I close that? Between the password over here. In small and let me see if then it will not ask every time. Connect. I just typed, entering the values. That's it. Control N.
Okay.
When I do a control N, it was asking me which data bus and all. So I'm selecting data tab, data objects. Okay. Got Tiger. Connect, it got connected. So you can open a sheet, new sheet. Control N. On items. Go to this one. Database tab, SQL file. Saying create script. Okay, then where is the create table? Right, we're going to execute this. I let's go. It is not asking me now the password because I have saved the password. Okay, now if you see, the script has been executed. Did I execute it? Okay, this is for the block statement, or highlight this and then execute, or this is the run script, okay, which is going to execute the entire this one. Error rate command line SQL report name is already used by an existing one. So this is already there, okay. Now select star from src underscore stud. This got created, the table under this got. If you are selecting this particular statement, then it is going to execute only the highlighted part. If you are executing this is going to execute the entire, all the statements that are present in this workspace. Okay.
Okay.
Now the table has been created. Now let's see what is happening with inserts into the begin transaction and then commit. Okay. Now we'll see what is the example with the begin and commit. Little syntax difference will be there. More used to SQL Server. So the reason why I chose SQL Server was database level. I'm giving database level at SQL Server. But when you are actually entering into Informatica, right? Informatica with Workflow, I use it. So I'm covering 2 databases basically for you. Okay. Clear, Andy?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that is what my plan was. Now, if you see, I'm simply giving this transactions. What happened? Begin transaction. This is error expected. Do not give the commit also over here. By default, what would happen? Let's see. Okay, begin transaction. Okay, if you commit, then it is going to give the commit. But in SQL Server, you don't have to give the commit explicitly, right? It is going to auto commit if I'm executing this. Now let's see. I think semicolons are required here for end of each and every statement in this one. Okay, if it is this. Okay, let me try to see if it is getting executed one value, we'll see. Script output. And I have executed one, what just happened? So let's start from yesterday. Yeah, one record got executed, right? And this again, just try to execute this particular statement. What would happen? We'll see. It got an error. The error is okay. One row inserted. Here we did not give a constraint known as not null. So that is the reason why it expected, because there we mentioned it as a not null, but the constraint we did not give. We forgot to give that constraint only. This not null constraint we did not specify it in creative. Okay, the reason why it just got inserted also. So it got Chetan twice. I have executed it, so it is there. Then create table, alter table. Table name src_stud. What is that? Add constraint. Constraint name. An example nk on src on SNO. So now it will not allow you to alter because there are already values that are populated with null, right? Then it will throw an error. We need to truncate the table and then you have to do that. That we will be seeing. Truncate table, table name. This will also drop that. Okay, now if you see, select star from stud. Deleted the entire data. Now I'm going to alter. What is that? Invalid identifier. Add constraints. Okay, let me drop object and then we'll create it again. Drop table. src stud. I'm going to drop this object. Okay, and then I'm creating not that. Okay. It got created. Where exactly see whether it got created or not. ఇక్కడ కింద కనిపిస్తుందండి people history log. What is this? That all and all logs and all the records that you executed, the messages of the logs, script output. This is database explain like how it is going to do and all that stuff. Now let's see, select star from stud, whether it got created. Yes, it got created, but it will not allow null values now. Let's see, by inserting few of the values, insert into this command I'm executing. One row inserted. ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది చూసారా? A small one row inserted, right? Now if you see, select star from stud, there is an inserted record. Now I'm trying to insert this. error occurred saying that cannot insert null into Scott, this src underscore stud. Cannot insert null values, right? This is an error that I
Okay.
encountered. Okay, it cannot insert null value. So if you see, only one record got inserted. Now let's truncate this table, or even you can do a delete from also. Now let's do it in a form of begin transaction, right? Begin
Mhm.
without giving anything. Okay, begin transaction. I think it is end transaction. What would happen if any error comes? Ideally, it will ask like whether you want to. One second. Hello.
Colon symbol.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ అండి. జే గ్రూప్ ఇంట్లో నుండి కాల్ చేశానండి ఓపెన్ ఫ్లోర్స్.
Yeah. So an error occurred saying that insert when expecting one of the statement. The symbol was insert to continue. Encountered the symbol insert when it
Colon పెట్టలేదా?
semicolon is not there. Okay.
Yeah, semicolon.
So let's give semicolon to everything. Syntax error only. So nothing will be there in this one. Now you try to insert it. Now it got the symbol comma was substituted, insert to continue. I encountered the symbol expecting one of the following. Insert at the rate percentile or insert into src std values. Okay. PLS compilation error at line 16. We're asking me like how to populate the values, right?
Begin transaction కి కూడా semicolon పెట్టదా?
No, not any transaction. It is populating an error itself. See, there are two things, right? Here we have populated null and null, and there is one more value. So, sorry, you were saying something?
No, begin transaction కి కూడా colon పెట్టదా?
It is the beginning the transaction, and we are just executing it all at the end, right? So begin transaction. I didn't remember it is a begin transaction giving it. Okay. You mean to say it is asking because begin transaction, it is asking. Indicate begin and end ఒకటి.
The symbol colon was substituted.
End of file అంటే ఇది మనకి end కి ఇక్కడ సెమికోలన్ పెడతాను. There used to be somewhere these things only. The syntax. Aggregate, create script. Group by sorter, query. This is entities. Okay, let's execute all these statements at one by one. We'll see what will happen. Only one row got inserted, right? Because the second row it got an error, it just came out of it from there. You see?
Yeah.
So it could be second row error expected. So it is not unlike Oracle. It is unlike SQL Server. It is not processing the rest of the statements. Even as a bunch, if I'm expecting, okay, it is going to come out of this. So what is this begin transaction is the SQL syntax. నేను కొంచెం కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవుతాను ఒక్క నిమిషం అండి. Syntax in Oracle. Yeah, set transaction on. This is set transaction on, and there is no begin and end. Okay, in Archive. That is begin
Okay.
transaction is the what we call this value. So this is a set transaction on. This is in Archive. Create script card with created this one. Okay, now set transaction on. Okay, where it is going to begin the transaction. Let me truncate this entire table. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to insert all. Okay, set transaction on. And what it says, commit or rollback, we need to see. Okay, if you're not giving any commit, and also you can remove. If you're not giving any commit, right, set transaction on and then semicolons. You're not giving any commit, by default, it will actually, it will not write that database. Let's see. So it is saying invalid statement vendor code 90 at line 16, which is expected. Okay. So meaning it just, I'm executing them as an error. I know that at the second line, it is an error. So now what it will do, it did not write any of the single lines. By default, as I told, Oracle works as a rollback converter. Okay.
Okay.
Whereas in SQL Server, it has inserted the value, it committed, and it came back. Now you need to explicitly mention this commit statement in Oracle. Okay. SQL you don't have to mention because it's the auto commit one. But in Oracle, you have to give a commit statement, meaning I understand that somewhere you will get an error, but unless you get an error, write down these things on the databases.
Okay.
Okay. So invalid SQL statement, then if I see, select star from start.
No, it did.
Continues to somewhere it was mentioned. Evo MMIT semicolon. Evo MMIT error expected. Set transaction on. Let's try this one and once again. How is it behaving? Why is it not behaving? Commit and rollback. Let me create the table. The transaction on, insert into department number, location. Okay, department name. Okay, what I tried to do over here is instead of not null and all, I tried to populate the incorrect values. Department number, location, 20 Bangalore, department number 30 Delhi, and then I have given a unique value, department number as. So this is going to give a violation at line 16. It is going to give a violation, department number 10, because it is already existing. Then it should write until 10, 20, 30,
Okay.
and from here onwards, it should not write, right? Because it's a unique key violation. And then
Yeah.
again 20 Bangalore, 20, 30 Bangalore, then it is going to roll back that entire transaction, unique key violation. But here, let's write it at the end, we'll see. 2, 3. Let me put here. Okay. Let me execute it as a block. Commit succeeded. Now select star from SRC stud. Chetan, David,
David.
and it just got committed. But why Aryan was not written? Because 101
Even
Aryan
first one also Jesse is not written.
ఏదండి
First one Jesse.
అది సెలెక్షన్ లో ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుందండి ట్రాంకేటబుల్ గివ్ ఏ మినిట్ అది బ్లాక్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయాలి ఇక్కడ ఈవెన్ సింగిల్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసినా మీకు ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుంది ఓకే కంట్రోల్ ఎక్స్ రైటింగ్ ఏ కంట్రోల్ వి let me execute it as a block. Not a valid month. So Oracle will not take this one value and the reason why it is also coming out. 123, see, not a valid month because it is going to take it as DDMMY format in Oracle. Okay.
Okay.
So 123, 2024 in SQL Server, it is different. But let's see. Ideally, it should at least insert error starting at line 6 in command, insert into, I'd start one row inserted, cannot insert null. If you analyze the error reports, line in command is sname CGPay, which is agreed. These cannot be inserted. Okay, Chetan 9 cannot be inserted. 101 Jesse can be inserted. Okay. Now let's see. Select star from stud. 101 Chetan.
Oh, even without
Jesse
first
can
name.
present inserted antara paina 101 Chetan because
Okay.
transaction on. I think that I had to give some to execute the block also. Oh, I should have truncated this one. The first statement also, reason why it is not getting inserted, let me see. First block, it is not getting inserted, right?
Now it is good.
Inserted. Individually, it is getting inserted.
One row insert.
Yeah. I think when I'm selecting it's a transaction on, somehow it is not taking this particular value.